Welcome back everybody to BRS here on Saturdays, Bears Rod Shop, August the 28th. And off camera yesterday did get some milling done on the indexer. Got 3 sides done. Red being marked as finished right on tolerance. And today's agenda is to finish up the other 2 sides and then start on the octagon part. This will be the one here in the diagram and mark here that we'll be putting in the fixture. First, an older machinist that got me involved and when he retired said, "You better get you a lathe and a mill because I'm retiring," and by golly he did, and he sold out. And now he builds a few street rods for himself, 80-ish. Super machines. You've heard me talk about Mr. Pratt, and so he's giving me tips and tricks along with all the creators out there. You know, our Joe Pies, our Blondie Hacks, our Randy Richards, Mr. Pete especially, on and on. Adam A-Bomb. I could go on. I mean, I've got more subscribers probably than I have ever taken aspirin in my life. That's good to say. Anyhow, one of the tricks he always taught me, he says, they don't care. When you come in the morning after you've machined and during your operation, keep checking your vices. Make sure something hasn't moved. And so this morning I have. We've had a constant temperature in here from yesterday. Same old hot, muggy shop. It's not too humid today. But talk a little bit about how I love this Wilton vise. Not advertising for them. But this thing has been the cat's meow so far. I love it. All right, got the fly cutter on. I'm cutting in here 80 thousandths in. That's the flat for the, of course, the hexagon. And then it'll step down and get the octagon on here. So that way I'll have 40 and 40 to put a level up and still have plenty of room in here for the fixturing. And then also the set screws that will go down through here to hold the shaft. And I'll have set screws through here as well, all the way through. Let me show you real quick the bushing. Since the other day, I had the octagon piece laid over it. Got me a nice brass bushing, 2-inch, this is 2 and 200 thousandths. I wanted a little slop. I didn't want this thing to be in there binding up. And now we've gone down and we're at 1.5 inches. Now that hole through there, that's 3/4. So I'll make a bushing from 1.5 inches down to 1 inch. And then also this rod will go right on through, come out the back, and it'll have the mounting fixture for where I can put it to my table and adjust this up and down. And I'm talking about up and down. I'm going to use a threaded rod that I can go up and down in thousandths. Maybe not necessary, maybe overkill. But or I could use machinist jack, 1, 2, 3 blocks, whatever. But anyhow, this was the concept for this build. Let me lay this bushing over here aside. Right now we're set up with the fly cutter over here on the side of the vise. I got a 10 thousandths feeler gauge in my hand, and we're going to go down till we drag. Not pinch, but drag. Right there, gonna lock her off. We'll move this fly cutter out of the way. We're sorry about having the fans run this morning, but that little motor over there, it got a workout yesterday. And so I got me a nice upright fan blowing on that motor constantly, and back and forth instead of hand cranking. Right there, perfect drag. Now I did this off camera. Yes, this morning it was out about 12 thousandths. So I'm going to have to end up making or probably buying from Randy Richards one of those knockers. I really like that. I said that yesterday. But this is my old dead blow hammer. And this thing is real tedious. She's locked in. Let's get this thing up. And let's get this thing down here. Ooh, I'm going to have to check that gear out. I bought this used, so I keep it well oiled. But I don't like any kind of clatter. All right, let's put this in the vise this morning here. Get up here on the side. Very first thing, I'm going to take my 1, 2, 3 block. I've already got the center scribes here on the layout. Good to go right there, according to the scribe line. Just snug it. Yeah, let's snug it a hair more. Get this handle down here out of the way too while I'm at it. Now I got a stair protractor. Come from my dad. It was an A&P. I'm glad it was passed down. Very accurate. Of course, with the 1, 2, 3 blocks, we can check this. I don't have a machinist squares and stuff yet. We'll be getting them. But right here, oh, simple line level. This thing is about as accurate as you can get. I mean, within, a few thousand, but it's surprisingly, when I put it across here, she's dead nuts. Oh, dead pecans on the money. Yes. So we've got our line here. Let's get this. Let's see. Let's get her up, not down. Get this thing up out of the way real quick. So now I've on this finished surface. That line says that it's good, but to double check, let's get this thing up a little bit more for sake of video. It wouldn't matter where I'm at on here as long as I'm on the flat. And it's telling me that line is not scribed in perfect. So we're going to roll the block till it gets perfect. And I'm going to put the eyeball on it. A little snug. And roll past her. Let's see here. Boy, this thing is really nice. Double check. Like I say, that scribe line. Well, that says it's on the money there. Here more. We're riding the bubble heavy. No, I'm not going to loosen this vise up. It's on dead center right now on the sign down here. And let's see what we got here. I really like these sign bar gauges down here. Well, I ain't pronouncing it right. Well, went a hair past. Now this is a good Saturday to get a workout and not bore you guys. That even looks like eyeball right there. Not building a rocket ship, by all means, but I like to do it as precise as I can. Probably easier to roll the vise, but man, this thing with this cantilever sticking out here, it rolls really quick. I mean, you gotta be ready. All right, riding the bubble good and on the line, but it's a hair, and this is perfectly flat. I'm gonna go with it right there. I mean, I can sit here all morning, and let's unlock her. Let's get her down. Just touched off right there. Let's lock her off. Let's go over here and we'll set this Z. We're gonna clear it. And we're shooting for about 24 thousandths. I'm gonna go 22. Got one of my Joe blocks right here. And I'm shooting at 25 thousandths. And when I get there, then I can gauge it all the way, every one, but I don't want to, you know, everybody don't want to cut right down on the first get-go. So we're good there. We're locked off. Let's take her right there. Now, I'm going to have to get out of the camera a minute. Power's over there. Put the camera right in the dead gum way, didn't it? Oh well. Be right back, guys. Got to flip on the old breaker. All right, first thing, safety, PPE. This does throw some pretty nasty chips. Running about 800 RPM. Might be a little slow for some of you guys. Get everything out of the way. Let's fire her up. Got to get the WD-40, which I mentioned this yesterday. Not WD, but it's the same thing. $2 a can. Alright, we don't want to mar the vise. Chip control. Lock off. Of course, we're locked off here on the wire already. Setting in at 80. Alright, there's 5,000. Locked off. Boy, I sure don't like that bracket. Alright. her down another 3. Then nice low cut. She's done a very beautiful job, this fly cutter. Had the little 3/8 mill on here, and it just wasn't cutting the mustard. Too many passes. And I didn't want this to be a lifelong project. Double check, keep tight. Speed's just right. Love the DRO, finally learning it. Not 100%, but it's doing well. Getting a real beautiful pass. I'm going to get me some transparent plastic though. I don't like looking at this stop. It's just a piece of scrap. No, I'm not going to cut it on the climb on that thing coming back across because it's rough. Go down another 3. Belt's looking good up there. Got the wife get me an apron. I sewed her up for about 5 years ago. Where's your apron at, woman? She brought it to me. But I got the pockets on the inside because yesterday was full of chips. I got to get me one like old Quinn over the leather one that Ronnie had. And I got a sewing machine. Yeah, I guess I should speed the video up. But I am not going to go and show you all this cut today. Well, we better take her down. I'm going at about 3,000 to 4,000 on this. I'm not going to rush this little poor fly cutter. Well, we went too deep on that cut. Got to talking and BSing. Yeah, that ended up being 2,000 cut. Really getting where I enjoy this long food. I mean, it's not like my Inco one, it's not as heavy, but at least the DRO and the power feed on it is going to end up here on the Z here real soon. We'll make this in several parts. Once I get these 2 cut in, then maybe tomorrow or Monday, we start cutting the oxygen in. Some more chips to clean up. Well, we hope y'all have enjoyed how Mr. Pratt had trained me. And then I'm going to double check this before I get down. Right now I'm set up exactly 60 degrees. Well, we can call it 120 because that's actually what going that direction would be. Anyhow, everything so far has come out. And setting up first with your 1, 2, 3 blocks or whatever. If you don't have levels like I don't, I do have a machinist friend that's retired. He's got some steric from 2-inch up to I think 12-inch, the whole set. And I'm negotiating, trying to buy them, trying to help him sell. If you know anybody that's looking for a nice Logan 12. Does have the oil tank on it. It comes with a bunch of tooling. He was a tool and die maker. This is his personal one after he retired at his own shop. I've seen it one time, probably 7, 8 years ago. Keeps it oil, keeps it covered. Price is right. You leave me a comment down below. I'll try to put my email in this video so y'all can get a hold of me. And I think it's about $2,500. Now it does have the 3-phase, and he's going to keep the inverter for his drill mill until he decides to sell it. But he's on up there clicking 80s, and he says, you know, just don't use the lathe, and it's kind of in his shop, just sitting there. Got a 8-inch 3-jaw chuck. That's the only chuck. Does have a Rora's tool post holder. Has the old lantern style original, and some high-speed steel cutters. It's got the holders for, you know, your inserts, and the inserts go with it. He didn't have a bunch. I was fortunate when I bought this one that I got a lot of inserts. You know, those aren't cheap, and they're good brands. I won't mention the brand, but they are not knockoff China stuff, and they're right up there with Kennametal. Next company right below them, made in Holland, if that'll give you a sign. But guys, I'm going to do this off camera, and everybody have a safe, wonderful what's left of summer. And those that are out there in California, again, their prayers need to go to them and for them wildfires. Jerry Kilpatrick, Randy Richards, Chuck, Stan, all of them are out there, and those fires are right breathing down on top of them. And again, this Sunday, tomorrow, make sure you watch the ARW discussion, 3 to 4 Texas time. And this is going to be the European group. And I'll try to also put a link on the channel for Harold over there at ARW, American Redneck Workshop. What a super guy. And Mr. Pratt, if you're watching this, Mr. Pete, I'm going to build me a tubal crane type crane, because I got that rotary table sitting over there. And I tell you what, the bride and I, we're about, you know, even with a skateboard to go across, that sucker is 92 something pounds. Of course, that 12-inch 4-jaw chuck, that sucker's probably 120. And this old back's already been opened up and fused back together. Did a good job, my surgeon. I have to hand it to him. All right, I've been windy and long enough, and y'all have a great again weekend. And please give us a thumbs up. Please share. And if you like our videos, this is going to be under probably how-to video players list, bits and pieces around the shop. God bless. Y'all come back and visit. We're out.